Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about how to remember every single crystal. And yes, the pop quiz at the end of this video is every crystal. You guys have to know every crystal. Actually, you don't, but I'm actually about to debunk a whole bunch of crystal information online because most of it's inaccurate, just because it's fluff-based. And as of recently, because I like to take the time to go online and just to see what other crystal websites, there are some good crystal websites. There are some really good ones. Even the best ones leave certain information out, but I don't expect every website to have all the information about every crystal, because crystals go on for days, for months of just new information. So I'm going to talk a lot about this because a lot of you have crystals and you remember a little bit about them and you forget about them. It's mainly because you guys tried to forget. You guys tried to remember a crystal versus trying to actually live the crystal. And by the way, if you notice my crown's not in there, I do have crystals in the back installed into my crown. But I'm actually reworking my crown. There's something invisible back there that you guys can't see under the hair. I look like a bunch of let's just say my hair got blown by the ocean breeze today, so now it's styled differently. Like, so man, what'd you do different? Well, the crown's not in there, and I'm reworking the crown because I'm studying the properties of the crown chakra in depth, and which crystals might be the most beneficial and the least beneficial. And they're all beneficial, but because this up here, the crown chakra your head can only hold so many crystals, and that's done right. So I'm studying it. But even back to this topic of how do you guys remember every crystal? How are you supposed to even... Let me pull up some crystals on my phone. Alright, so... Okay. Yeah, here we go. Just some random crystals. Why am I pulling up random crystals on my phone? I'm a crystal. So... let me pull up some random crystals on my gauntlet. Just my random gauntlet. So, first crystal is green calcite. The next crystal is blue opal. The next crystal is African turquoise jasper, which is a jasper. The next crystal is rhodochrosite. The next crystal is rhodonite. The next crystal, garnet. The next crystal, yellow tiger eye. The next crystal, pedioxite. The next crystal, I hope you guys are getting that there's a lot of crystal out there. The next crystal, I'd like to just tell me what you know or even think about some of these crystals. And some of you might have worked with a crystal at a time, or for a while, and sometimes even after a while of working with a crystal, you'll forget about it. How do you remember these crystals, and how does Stoneman remember all the crystals? I'm gonna get to the juicy information, but I would like to emphasize right now the point of okay, you can go I don't really know of a crystal. I'm just gonna go online and look up a crystal on my phone, and then maybe the crystal book at home. What if you're out and about and you need to be swapping the crystal's energy from your right to the left side of your arm? Maybe the necklace you have should be a choker versus being longer because it touches the throat chakra, but you're not really too sure because there's too much to remember about crystal knowledge. It's a very, very big point. This is extremely, and I remember when I was very, very, very first starting off with crystals, I would forget every single crystal all the time because I was trying to remember them. There's a few ways to remember crystals, but I'm going to say it right now. You guys should not ever be trying to remember crystals. Ever. You should never try to remember crystals, and people are like, oh, this video is not what I thought it was. Uh-oh. I've been remembering these crystals. I remember, because think about it like this. Remember in high school, or for some of you who are homeschooled, or even in school in general, if you skip school and I can't help you with this example. Remember that math test you had way back then? And you crammed all the information in because you're supposed to know it for the test, but the test comes around and after this test, you just dump all the information out. You fully just dump the information out because you were holding it in your brain for so long. And when it comes time, and some of you actually might know about this, and this is a thing in college. It comes around for finals. And maybe you have test 1, 2, 3, and 4. You cram for test 1, you cram for test 2, you can't cram for test 3, you cram for test 4. And now you have finals, which people usually do the worst on the finals because it's all the information from the whole class lumped together. How do you remember it? Well, you can cram for finals too. People do that. I never used to do well on finals because I didn't really like cramming information like that because it's something you should be living, not cramming, because how many of you after the class remember, and how many of you after a class remember any of the information about the entire class? Most of you don't. I don't, about certain like biochemistry and organic chemistry. Like some of the information I remember because I live the information. I was in the organic chemistry lab living the information. That's the only way I remember it. Try to remember right now, guys. What do you remember from school? And you're like, well, just teach us the method. Well, this is part of the method. You can't just, you want to remember every crystal, but you don't want to watch a 7-minute video. Because some of you on TikTok, this is why, I'm going to tell you guys, YouTube is wonderful because people watch the whole video. People watch the full video multiple times. But on TikTok, I find that people watch the first 3 seconds and then start typing without really watching the full video. But you guys are getting true information here. And this is something you guys are going to use for life. This is a tool. So I'm getting your minds ready for this because if I didn't explain the meat of the cake before putting the icing on top of it without the sugar coating, then it wouldn't make sense. So tell me guys, a class in high school or a class in college that you remember all the information. All of it, without a book. But I guess if someone asks you a question about that information, is it fun? No, there's certain things I remember in calculus just because certain problems were fun because it was kind of dumb. People are like, oh, so man said calculus is dumb. Some are like, the only thing I remember the most is certain very advanced equations because it didn't make any sense, and I just made fun of it so much back then. I'm like, when am I ever going to use this in the real world? And I'm able to help some people with their calculus problems. The point being, if you pay attention to what you actually remember in college or in high school, it's the stuff you lived. It's the stuff you enjoyed. The stuff you had fun. The stuff you had to cram is stuff you'll never, ever remember, ever. Your brain's not built like that. We're not Scarlett Johansson and Lucy, okay? We're not unlocking 100% of our brain towards the... Oh, I just ruined the movie. No! Towards the end of the movie. But, or Limitless, which I haven't watched, but, the point being, you're not going to remember crystals by trying to remember them, like, ever. Some of them you will, but then even then, you'll be one of these guides online. You'll just be remembering the information versus living it. And you have to keep in mind, I'm going to use school as an example. When you're in a PhD or in a master's program, the information's changing because it's upgrading. The same thing applies to crystals. So if you're not constantly refreshing your knowledge, that knowledge you remembered, it doesn't mean anything with the new information that's been added, because the new information is even more updated, upgraded, and able to help you. I'm going to use malachite as an example. And how do you... Long story short, because I'm going to bring this up again, how does someone remember every crystal? The same way you remember things in high school, things in your childhood, certain games. Some of you remember Uno. How do you remember it? By living it, by loving it, by becoming it. When I say I'm a crystal, I'm literally a crystal. I can tell you anything about any crystal. If I have a crystal that I've just got, I'll tell you everything about the crystal, not based on any guide online, and I teach you guys how to do the same thing. I've done that with pyrite in the videos. Certain crystals will open certain gifts that'll help you unlocking other information about other crystals. But how do you even remember this information about crystals? Because these crystals, they have codes to them. An orange crystal on the heart chakra will make you more vibrant and loving and make other people more happy just to be around you, versus these regular crystals on the heart chakra will help you feel more balanced than the people around you. It'll help you. It's more, you can wear crystals for your environment or you can wear crystals for you depending on this is a little secret as well, depending on how you wear them. For example, if you want everyone to be very high energy in your environment, wear orange crystals as a necklace. Everyone around you is going to be feeling good and vibrant, and a lot of people around you will be unblocked. But how do you remember these crystals? You don't. You just don't. You live them. They become a part of you. They become a part of your experience. They become a part of your life. Not a part of a book. Not a part of a blog you found online talking about this crystal in the bedroom that you don't even touch. That's why I vouch for wearing crystals. My original website name and my company's name is Wear Stones. It translates, and it went to Florida Stone Man, but still, if you type in wearstones.com, it'll bring you to floridastoneman.com. Because I remember when I first started working with crystals, I'm like, I was out and about, and I'm just like, okay, what's this clear quartz? What's this clear quartz doing at home? What is this clear quartz crystal? Let me pull up another example. What is this crystal, clear quartz, doing at home? It's supposed to be helping you, but what's it doing at home? It's helping your house, but what if you're out and about? What about that blue lace agate and you're doing a speech? The crystal's at home. If you're not wearing it and it's not on you, it's at home. It's not helping you. But if you take blue lace agate and you put it around your throat chakra, or you put it on your person, on your being, when you're out and about communicating, it's going to change the way you communicate in your environment. And just by you living with that crystal on you, with that crystal a part of you, crystals will become a part of you when you use them. Crystals will become a part of you when you wear them. And then you'll be able to tell the stories about what happens when you wear that crystal. I've had certain speeches, because I used to... A fun fact, in college, I was in public speaking competitions. And I actually learned much about bias, because bias was a very heavy thing in public speaking. So I would preach personal training information, and the judges would be people who don't really care about personal training. Let's just say that. And I would preach why, I did not win many public speaking competitions, but I did get into them. I always was in 4th place. The only ones I was in 1st place was in the ones previous before entering the competitions, which helped me get into the competitions. But when you wear certain blue crystals, how do you know this crystal helps you communicate better? It's because it's a part of your memory, it's a part of your mind, it's a part of your muscle. You go back to time and you're like, okay, when I wear blue chalcedony, when I wear blue lace agate, I'll be talking and magic comes out of my mouth. Like, literally magic. People, when they hear the words, they're serenaded. They're like, whoa, what did he just say? And people are captivated. And you better believe, when you're wearing these blue crystals, when you're speaking or when you're in front of people who with focus problems, or people who have a tough time concentrating, people who have blocked throat chakras on their own, will be able to better perceive you based on you wearing the crystal, because the energy is also going from you to them. And the crystal's cleaning that. It's like a circuit it's cleaning the energy going to and from them. So they're perceiving your words differently because they're more unblocked now. And it's changing the way that these people judge you. Because if you're being judged by judges, it matters when people... it only matters by the judges at the time, not forever. But in your experience with the crystals is how you know the crystals. You know, when I put this rose quartz on when I put the rose quartz on my head, it has me thinking loving thoughts all day and all night. Just peaceful, loving, happy, divine, unconditional thoughts. You know that when you wear rose quartz around your head, it helps you talk to a very specific angel. And for the people who've gotten rose quartz as a necklace from me, I'll teach you about that. And people who get necklaces from me especially, because necklaces, they can be used as crowns as well, which is something I'm discovering. If you make the necklace correctly, it can be used as a crown in a very specific way, which I'm still studying, which I'm doing myself. It's going to be Florida Stone Man original. But the thing is, you learn the crystals by living the crystals. You're not supposed to remember them. If you remember them, you're not living the crystal. You're not becoming the crystal. I'm going to pull up a random crystal I don't know much about. Oh, God. I don't like doing this, but, because you have to put yourself on the spot with certain crystals you're not comfortable with speaking about or not even knowing about. Some of the crystals for me are like the crystals I can't even pronounce. I'm like, okay, I'll research this like in 1976, Tiffany, and yes, this is actually Tiffany named Tanzanite. That's an easy. How do I know that? Tiffany named. I really hope I'm correct in saying that. I have to Google that on my phone. Tiffany named Tanzanite, or before this video I said something about remembering stuff, but when it comes to a crystal that you don't know anything about, you actually do. Your subconscious bank knows about it. Your higher self knows about the crystal, especially when it's in your energy field. So pick a random crystal. Here I go. Moki marbles. Moki stones. And people are like, oh, the ASMR is out. You ever see those videos of AMSR? ASMR. And I do stuff when I do things. And I do things when I do stuff. I'm just kidding, guys. But I go on TikTok lives and I'll see people be like, just on their TikTok lives, just saying absolutely anything while doing AMSR, like, I do stuff when I do things. But my point is, okay, I'm just gonna grab 2 Moki marbles. This is the female, and this is the male. Yes, because they have genders. These are intelligent crystals that have genders. These are crystals that are not too known about, and usually when people get Boji stones online, they're just using small Moki marbles, and people can't tell the difference at all. Moki marbles have very light energy to them, but there's not too much that people have really unlocked or discovered about them. So this is a good example of how you can channel different energies of crystals. For you to be able to know about every crystal and remember every crystal is for you to channel their energies. By channel, I mean you literally go to the channel. The channel, okay, this is the Moki Marble channel. Okay, this is Labradorite channel. Okay, this is the Amethyst channel. And then you'll just talk about what's on the channel. Moki Marbles, I haven't done too much meditation with. If you want to go to the channel, now we're at the Moki Marble channel. I'm going to tell you all about Moki Marbles. So, and this is just me going to the channel of Moki Marbles. Just go into your subconscious information. What you say when the crystals in your energy field is usually not incorrect when it comes from a place of light. When it comes from a place of ego, it's not going to be correct. Now, when it comes from you trying to remember things, it's probably not going to be correct either, or it'll be correct, but it'll sound like just like the things online. Like, these are good for courage and strength and motivation and determination. What's good? What's red jasper good for? Strength and courage and determination. What's hematite good for? Strength, courage, determination, mental abilities. What's bloodstone good for? Strength, courage, mental determination, abilities. You know, these people who are typing these, I'm not putting these people down, but it's making crystal information boring to people, and it's not teaching people how to actually tap into the information. How you tap into it is living it, loving it, and channeling it. Literally channeling a crystal. You'll know more about a crystal. Like a lot of you actually send me crystals. They're like, okay, I've had this crystal for a few years. I don't know what it does or what it is. Well, you might not know what it is, but if you'd like to discover what it is, put your hand over the crystal or hold the crystal and just start talking about the crystal, even though you don't know what you don't think you know what you're saying, but your higher self and all your angels are helping you out. There's just putting words in your subconscious bank. They're saying, okay, this crystal does this, this, that. And most of you will deny your intuition, but let's do this with the Moki Marbles right now, because this is not, the information from these online is very vague. Shamanism. Tapping into the masculine and the feminine element to be able to channel certain abilities. Moki Marbles will put you in touch with Mother Earth. These will help you unlock psychic abilities in being able to communicate with nature. Moki Marbles will help you unlock the ability to channel the energies of nature, to be able to tap into the ley lines of Mother Nature, to go outside and to be able to feel the energies around you and fully balance yourself with the yin and yang energies within. Moki Marbles are an earth element. If you are an earth sign, I think I got into the earth signs. If you're an earth sign or resonate with the element earth, this will help you feel connected. Both of these, in either hand, will help you feel connected to the earth in a way that you cannot have been before. You'll be able to connect with things of the earth so well that when you feel different objects such as metal, everything will start feeling different in a way you have not felt them before just by working with Moki marbles. Moki marbles will push you in touch with the spirits of old that have to do with the earth. Not just regular spirits, spirits of nature, nature spirits. Things have been around since the beginning of time. Moki marbles will help you connect to extraterrestrial beings to learn about more about, and by extraterrestrial extraterrestrial beings, it's the, okay, I just completely gave that away. But yeah, when you connect to ETs, you're not always, those are not fully angels, but they'll give you a bunch of information. And sometimes you guys connect to them by accident. It does happen. Those things are full of information. And they love teaching you guys as well. Sometimes they'll just be super nice and be teaching you stuff. And you're like, wait, you're a fallen angel. It's like, oh, well, this is what this does. Or like, this is how you open this ability, etc. But, okay, I'm going to stop channeling these because I don't want to give too much information away that can't be shared on a YouTube video. But I'm putting the Moki marbles down, but okay, at least I didn't say too much. Certain information I have to keep off YouTube because people will try to go astray with it. But the point is, when you start channeling crystal information, like with Moki marbles, I didn't know too much about them before I just held them. I like them because they look cool. They're at nearby my desk because I know that one's a male and one's a female, and it's good for masculine and feminine energies. I'm going to go back and rewatch my own video about what I said. But if you want to be able to tap into a crystal's energy, you can literally channel the energies, and you can keep going and keep going and keep going out of intuition, not out of ego, out of a place of light to help you learn about how to connect with light. Ask God for the ability to connect with crystals, and you have the ability because you asked him. It's a very super interesting video. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section. I'm going to go rewatch my own videos and see what I said about Moki marbles because that was awesome. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Ciao.